Whether you're an equine vet who works with horses every day but dreads being called out to assist the emergency services with a rescue, or a member of the emergency services who spends your life responding to a variety of situations but has little experience of dealing with horses, we hope you'll find this DVD both helpful and informative. It's split into 5 chapters. At the end of the final chapter, you'll find details of where to find information about animal rescue training. For those unfamiliar with the equine world, it might seem as though it's enjoyed only by a rural minority. It is in fact a diverse and highly commercial industry. Paul Jepson, Chief Executive of the Horse Trust, puts it into context for us.
The industry is valued in excess of £4 billion. There are over 1.3 million horses of various shapes and sizes in this country. There are also in excess of 4 million people who ride regularly. So all in all, we're talking about a very significant contribution to the UK economy here, very important industry. Horses, truly wonderful creatures, but great enjoyment, but when things go wrong, they tend to go wrong in a big way. And this is mainly because of their temperament and also their enormous size relative to human beings.
As Paul Jepson suggests, horse-related emergencies are a big problem. It's also a problem that is growing. To explain why, here's John Bonney, Chief Officer of Hampshire Fire and Rescue Service and the incoming President of the Chief Fire Officers Association.
In recent years, there's been a dramatic increase in the ownership of leisure horses. As a result of this, the transportation of equine both to and from shows and events has increased. At the same time, the closure of local sales rooms and abattoirs has meant general livestock transportation has increased. This all impacts on the number of incidents involving animal entrapment, which has serious repercussions for firefighter and public safety.
Emergencies involving horses are both challenging and dangerous, even for equine vets who spend their lives working with horses, as Josh Slater, Professor of Equine Clinical Studies at the Royal Veterinary College, explains.
Emergency call-outs to assist the emergency services with horse rescues, road traffic collisions, horses stuck in cattle grids, rivers and ditches and so on, are most vets' worst nightmare. We haven't been trained in horse rescue techniques, and yet vets have vital roles to play: safety, welfare and triage during rescues, as well as dealing with the horse afterwards.
For the Fire and Rescue Service, there's more to consider than the health and welfare of the horse. Their priority is to save human lives. Here's Jim Green, Animal Rescue Specialist at Hampshire Fire and Rescue Service.
It's important to define what we mean by animal rescue. For the Fire and Rescue Service, it is the removal of an animal from a place of danger to a place of safety by the most humane method, with an overriding regard for the safety and welfare of ourselves and members of the public. Animal rescue traditionally has tended to be seen as a soft humanitarian service. The image of burly firefighters pulling a cow from a ditch with a rope or rescuing a kitten from a tree sticks in most people's minds. But rescuing a large animal, particularly a horse, can be challenging and, most importantly, highly dangerous. When I look at a horse, I see an unpredictable hazardous material. It is scared, unable to communicate, and most importantly, this prey animal, motivated by fear, does not automatically see the firefighter as a source of help. Until recently, there's been no formal training for the emergency services in how to rescue large animals. Traditionally, rural firefighters had livestock experience, but those skills are now very much in decline. For years, the Fire and Rescue Service has been rescuing livestock with the help of a local farmer, his tractor, and a length of rope. It's not ideal, but it's all we had.
So everyone agrees, rescuing horses is a hazardous business. But can it be made safer? Here's Josh Slater again.
The equine industry, working in partnership with the emergency services, needed to find a solution to the increasing problem of horses involved in dangerous and often deadly incidents. From the perspective of the veterinary surgeon, there was often confusion about the vet's roles and responsibilities at rescue scenes. At times, the vet was expected to take charge, whilst at others, the vet's role would be peripheral. Similarly, the emergency services were sometimes confused about why a vet was needed and also what vets could and should do at rescues. What was needed, therefore, was a set of processes and procedures that not only safeguarded the welfare of the animals, but protected the people involved in animal rescue and gave them some clear guidance and roles and responsibilities. The result was the Emergency Services Protocol.